Hi Neil, great to work with you again the other day. Still swinging it well for all this time. The big issue you had was your understanding of how to hit a draw. We can see here Charlie Wee from face on as he comes through, maintains this angle between his right forearm and the shaft very, very well through the hitting area. You can see as he works through, there's not a hint of flip. And it's actually the path of the club that's bending it, not him flipping his hands on the way through. If we take a little look now from down the target line, you'll get the idea of what I mean. As he comes through the hitting area with driver, you can see that the club is coming slightly from the inside and then continues to travel and stay in front of him through the golf ball. You can see there's no whipping of the club to the left. Very, very little club face rotation there. The club's just staying square to his path and he's nicely in front of him as he comes out of impact through to about waist level. If we take a little look at you at the start of your session, here you're working predominantly on a line, working it up and down a line. You were trying to get the club on the inside, which you were doing a good job of. You can see there you approached the ball from the inside, but unfortunately you've thrown all your angles away at that point. You're now going to flash at it with the hands. There's a lot of club face rotation, and then consequently as you get to waist level the club has disappeared behind your body. Towards the end of the session, when you've got your feel for keeping that angle in your right forearm and the shaft for longer, you can see here a totally different move through the ball. Maintaining your angles much better as you're coming into impact, so you haven't thrown the angles away as much at that point. And now you're going to keep the club driving much more in front of you. You can see there the club coming from the inside and then continuing slightly on the outside. You can see there that it stays in front of those red lines on the way through, which is going to get the ball starting to the right and then turning back to the left on a much better flight. Whereas if we look at the start of your session, the club's coming from the same angle of approach, but as you come through now, instead of staying in front of that red line, your club works down it whilst rotating to the left. That results in a lot of shots that start straight and draw left. Consequently, you compensate by aiming a long way right when you're on the golf course. The second swing you make is much better. You can see there that as a result, very passive through the hitting area, nowhere near as much releasing of the wrists on the way through. And if we stop you at that point now, we can just make out the arms and the club are just in front of you, like we see here with Charlie Wee on the right, as opposed to what we see here at the start of your session, where everything's disappeared behind your body at the same point. So what we're trying to do ultimately, just bring that up on a bigger screen, is maintain the angle created between the right forearm and the shaft of the club throughout the hitting area. You can see there as he comes through, no attempt to flip at it whatsoever. He's a guy who hits draws, that's all he hits, moves it right to left, that's his stock shot, and you can see there that angle maintained beautifully with absolutely no flipping of the golf club whatsoever, but he keeps that club driving out in front of him for longer through the hitting area, hence the ball drawing back, starting to the right, little draw back to the target. Good luck with it and speak to you again soon. Well done.